30 seconds to battle. Let's get moving!
Like a
Smart money.
gold and sweet.
Perfect.
First blood!
First blood. It was ours all along.
Denied.
The prize is mine.
A soldier's fortune. Regeneration.
Your talents, sir.
My soul is quenched.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Radiant's top tower has looked better.
My edge dulls.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Have no honor.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Never settle. Only peaceful death. A soldier's fortune. Hear myself think. Hear my cubs. I beg of you.
Regeneration!
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Coin for me.
My just reward.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Haste!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No more from me.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Dire's bottom tower always did get short shrift. Dire's bottom tower needs some help. It looks like Dire fortified their structures. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's middle tower is dominating.
I'll take your tribute.
Tower is under attack.
Hurts me.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. better help Dire's middle tower. Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
Of the old, gold and sweet.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire just denied their top tower.
Dead out.
Smart money.
Take us. Radiant took down Mercy. I trust there was a good reason.
Silence is broken.
All those cracks in Dire's top tower? Killing spree. Double kill. Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Compound fracture, technically.
Out of my way!
A gift from the goddess.
Selfish.
The king made shall bring me back. May you fall forever.
They never miss.
Who spoiled that shot?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Allies!
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. tower is under attack! Someone better help Dire's middle tower! They're beating on Dire's top tower! Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's top tower has fallen.
Coin for me.
The pain fades away.
Beating on Dire's top tower. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Illusion!
Killing spree.
Do not fear the flames.
Ooh, they never miss.
Killing spree.
And sweet.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire have fortified their structures. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dominating! Dire's top tower is under attack. Mega kill! Own it! They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower is gone. There's fog left behind. Mega kill! Double kill! There's a DC. Can we pause? Dire's top barracks have fallen. Radiant wins! Called it.
a melee hero is not going to get a whole lot done. Maybe they're hoping to dual lane mid and get some work done there. Stun will come out onto the Tinker, and he'll be forced back. But that's really all that Z-Freak's man is going to have for now. So we'll look around and see what's going on. Monkey's going to sit in the lane, soak up some thunderclaps, try to prevent Phantom Assassin from getting any last hits, but it's not really going to work. She'll be able to pull under the tower. Disruptor can pull if necessary, and the Sentry Ward didn't quite block out Amp. I'm not sure if it was intended to. Probably the Radiant will, probably Complexity will look to pull from their side as well. Juggernaut already underneath the tower, just zoning out this Tinker on Thor, getting the last hits he needs. Tinker's 5 and 0 to Juggernaut's 4 and 2, so fairly even as it goes. Although the denies do help. They're gonna, just prowl around here, try not to get spotted as Andre shows in lane. Mo pings out, trying to get Z-Freak to come help him in the lane. Don't think they want them to spot out the pull, though it's not going to do them any good. They have to fall back just so they don't get ganked. And they're going to try to body block up the creeps. Not going to go for the side pull, which you can do, but is a little more difficult in this patch than it used to be before. Complexity getting a lot more out of the lane in general. Illuminate flies through, hits on the creeps, hits on Calceran on your Disruptor. And Burtney still getting last hits one by one with Dagger. Nowhere near 2 and 0 to, whatever the rest of that is. Gonna have a gang attempt on top. Z-Freak charges in, spells off on White Bear, and he'll go down to the last right click from Moo, who's already got a level in Glitz of Wisdom as well as 2 in Arcane Curse. Not opting the last click yet. There you go, stun out onto the Omni Knight. Moo coming in with his Glaives of Wisdom, and they'll have to back off. Not before doing a little more chip damage. White Bear rotating back. I wonder if they're going to go to the shrine. The top Omni Knight's pretty low. He'll want to use the spell on himself. And going to, and I missed a kill bottom, but I'm not entirely surprised. Melon's just spamming the Illuminate and 2 levels of Chakra Magic to make sure he always has mana for it, and just kills the Disruptor as he comes into the lane. Disruptor TP's back now, but dangerous place for anyone to be, and that's exactly why PA is doing so well. Moo spots out White Bear, pulling the creeps, and Z-Freak's going to charge in, get the stun, but that's probably going to be the end of the act. Lucky stun, or lucky heal from Omni Knight's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Z-Freak is out of mana, but pings out on bottom. Melons wants to go in again. Monkey's getting low, doesn't have any more regen, and Kinetic Field will go out. Tower's not aggroed on him. The return doing damage to Calceran. Oh no, Illuminate flies through and he hits the kill. That's a level to Illuminate with a max damage of 300, and he definitely had less than 250 health left. Less than that first tick. Z-Freak wants to use the shrine. Moo TP's in, and they'll just let 747 continue in the lane. 0 to 5 out. DotaBoys not doing so fantastic as, well, Thor gets a kill on Keeper of the Light with, see, what level rockets does he have? Level 2 in the rockets, so good to get DotaBoys on the map. It was actually a laser and a rockets as well. Not much needed to kill the squishy Keeper of the Light. More kills going on top. Actually, won the way of Complexity. This could be a kill on Moo. Calceran, gets both of them get stunned up by a Z-Freak, so it won't be a kill on Moo. And in fact, 1 more goes down, 2 more go down. Just magnificent kiting from Moo and Z-Freak, holding that last stun until you could get both of them. 1 to 8, and it looks like this is absolutely a slaughter. DotaBoys just need to get their feet under them and start getting some kills on the map. But what can they do with Complexity being so efficient? Another smoke, gonna be pulled down here. 2 melons on your Keeper of the Light as he just continues to pull and making very sure not to kill all the creeps. Burt steals one with the PA, but really hasn't been able to get much more than that. Only 4 and 1, and will take more damage from
Radiant have fortified
Melon's
their
Illuminate.
structures.
Very
Radiant's middle
efficiently using that
tower is
jungle.
under attack.
Hero level, I can never remember my hotkeys here. He is level 5, PA is level 4. Just getting so much more off the map. And 747 is going to get a creep here. Actually goes for the spin to keep Thor out of the lane. He doesn't have any mana, no bottle charges to speak of. Heck, DotaBoys don't even have an upgraded courier right now. And 747 will pick up the courier tower as well. TP from Z-Freak. He went back to the fountain to get some health and mana. Right, the smoke's used up by Melons.
A gift from the tempest of
Freak
battle.
charging top again. They're gonna look to go on Calcerain here. Don't have a level in Mana Leak yet, so they can't really go on him if he doesn't want to be had. But he's gonna have a kill here on Burtney. All three rotated in, and the Disruptor's nowhere to be found. Juggernaut picks up Phase Boots, so now no one will be able to get out of 747 AoE. And too many kills to keep up with. Z-Freak, his charge finally came in on top.
What's happening to Radiant's bottom tower?
And it moves both Last Word and Arcane Curse just able to get the kill.
Radiant's bottom
Just turn the Disruptor back to the low ground. Glimpse and Rocket. But the Disruptor will go down to the urn. Wow, I have the hiccup. This is really unfortunate. Sorry about that. I'm gonna calm down a little bit and not get so hyped about this match that I lose my mind to the hiccups. Two going on top. Slowing down the silencer. OmniNet doesn't have any more spells until now. And E-Freak's gonna charge in. Get the ult off with the global silence to secure not one kill. 2 kills, and Burtney comes in. Is he gonna get a crit? There goes the killing spree, all to the Tinker. And although he's going to lose his life to a clever stun, and a fight recap there? No, fight's not over yet. But another kill. Going the way of Complex for 2-16. And this tower is going to go down, and it's going to go down hard. Can infuse raindrops, keep her the light, but he doesn't really need them, as this Tinker really can't do a whole lot.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much
Tower
help
fortified,
as
just gonna slow this down only by a few seconds.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And 747 gets another tower as his net worth goes to 5,000, which is almost double the highest zero on Radiant, which is Thor's Tinker. He'll barely not survive that turn. And Z-Freak knows exactly the time to rotate out. 2 kills, 3 kills. Another down. Juggernaut going in on Calcerain. Burtney blinks out. Z-Freak follows him with the ult, and that's a full 5-man team wipe for complexity onto DotaBoys. Wow. These hiccups are killing me, guys. I am really sorry. Hopefully it's not too obnoxious. Got some pleasant all chat going on. Nothing too bad. White Bear gonna go in. Gets a call off on 4, but he does not have enough health or armor to make that at all worthwhile. OmniNet's gonna try to suicide in. Kill complexity. But that is all she wrote. As they charge farther in, not even on the Tinker, but all the way on Disruptor. Monkey's just diving the towers mercilessly. Tinker gonna go down, and a stun out on the PA as well. Fortunately, she has Blur, so she's not gonna go down to the right. The OmniNet rotates in, able to save her with the disruption. Wow, just fell. Wrong D, cellmate. Z-Freak charges in, Blinking my Burtney immediately gets stuns, and that global silence going to be the end of the Phantom Assassin. Maybe not. OmniNet goes down, can't kill himself up for enough. Axe going to get not saved by the glimpse quite. Disruptor going to go down. This is an absolute bloodbath. Z-Freak not even caring anymore. Gonna try to go down, but he does get after Melons kills Tinker while we're at it, and this is just a massacre. I don't know what else to tell you. I'd look at the items here, but there's not much else going on with Complexity just diving and diving, and this is just an absolute clinical taking apart. Disruptor goes down. Charge in, but D3, or could Monkeys go down? He does the tower shot. Wiper gonna go down to the silencer though, who already has 36 intelligence, 11 minutes into the game. D3 is gonna try to charge out, but he doesn't need to until now. And there's an ult from 747. Spin gets 1 kill, gets 2 kills. No, doesn't the last minute shrine gonna save him? Could it be? He goes down. Not a 3 kill though, because he goes down to the tower, and that's an assist by everyone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hang on top here. Someone wants to use a shrine. White Bear trying to take a bounty route just to get a little bit of net worth. And this is absolutely what you don't want to see as a team. Although,
bottom tower needs some help.
I think they knew it coming in. Complexity is a very good team here in the open qualifiers. But such is life. Oh boy. Disruptor gonna TP on top. They're really just trying to get one kill at a time, get back into this game. But now is a convenient time to look at the item tracker if I can, you know, pull up the right screen. Dota is hard, guys. We've got Midases, we've got Atos, we've got Blink Dagger.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Helm of Dominator and almost a Diffusal Blade coming out from 747. So the biggest item we have is Tinker's Boots of Travel, which, to be fair, if there were an item that we're going to get them back in this game, it's going to be the Boots of Travel. He can TP and push. And, canceled the recall from Keeper of the Life, but it doesn't matter. Not enough time to get the tower. And Global Silence going on top. Gets 1 kill anyway. And the rest of the team will know enough to rotate back away. Burtney, maybe not. Kinda wants to go back in. Throws the dagger. Trying to save the Omni Knight. Disruptor goes in. Stunned and silenced and not going to get off his spells, although he did not have his ult. Not even level 6 to have his ult. Go blink away again. The ult from Z3 follows him. I'm not sure what you do here, DotaBoys, to get back into this game. With only level 1 March of the Machines, I feel like you needed to start getting that a little bit earlier.
Little tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
The Rocket's gonna do some damage, but not enough. Keeper, well, his raindrop's doing work. I wonder how they stack. I don't really know much about that. Axe goes in, he's Atos up, can't do anything. Lots of damage. Blinding Light is back, and he'll go down to move. Who has 48 in. 48 in. Already hitting for 160 before his 2 levels of Life of Wisdom, and the first lane of Racks will go down. Wow. Centaur gonna be going for that pipe, but really won't need it. There's 1 lane of Racks down. Tier 2 is already down bottom, so they'll look to go in the Tier 3 immediately without even leaving to heal. Kinetic Shield's gonna go down. Still no Static Storm. Very few experience to go. He's gonna get taunted back in. Monkey's gonna get stunned though. Gets 2. And that is gonna be all she wrote for another one. Burtney goes down. Jug on 747. Jug just gonna kill this tower. And Keeper picks up drums, and this is more of a race with Good Star. Gonna finally move one of those raindrops to the dash. His backpack is gonna get another kill or assist anyway. Complexity just keep going. Burtney asking D-Trick to let him kill one. $200. Some bribery. Trying to not die. Of course he's trying to not die. Monkey's gonna stun. Get glimpsed back though. Not before Disruptor goes down. And smooth miss. He missed. But Melons will get the kill. Of course Complexity would give him shit if he died. That's fantastic. Since being able to pull out some exact times, and at this point they're not diving. This game is over for a while, and DotaBoys knows it. There you go! Monkeys goes down to Thor, 7-46. I don't know if we all expected this to happen, but They're gonna go on D3. He's used his ult on White Bear, and Burtney's still going in. He's gonna get it. No, he gets out just in time. Burtney's not gonna get his. Oh, and he dies to tower. KDA here. Everyone, one complexity has died at least once. Silence goes through, and Tanker died. This is just all over the place, and I have the worst hiccups, so I hope whoever's watching this is really enjoying my dismay at having hiccups. 747 gets another kill. White Bear gets a top up, and he'll go down to Moo again. Burtney has just phase boots. They all jump on Moo here, 2 buybacks, they might be able to get a kill. D3 charges in. This is your chance to get your silenced up. You've got the dispel on you. Dagger, no crit dagger coming out. And Mantle pushes him out while Moo salves up. I mean, like, maybe gets the save. Blinks back into the fountain, but it is a little too late. Or really, the only one who's doing any good with kills, Andre got one at some point. Probably by accident. Monkeys just gets another kill on Andre. He's stuck in the tower, or under the trees rather. Complexity just gets back. Come on, Complexity, you can do it. I believe in you. Moo just doing what Moo does best, stealing 74 and having 4,000 gold. Burtney just touches the Illuminate. Gonna go on Moo, but he has so much armor. And Calciferan, happy that he lived, just healing up, blown up there on the Phantom Assassin. Immediate buyback. If enraged, wants to kill D-Freak, maybe he'll go. The charge is on cooldown. This is a chance. Just needs 1 or 2 crits. A-toss in the does mean he can't, and then will get out alive as well. Moo just completely godlike, and isn't that the understatement of the year? White Bear can't get back. Monkeys wants to survive. D3 in the face, but the Ghost Scepter will get him out. And I heard a dagger. Kills for 747 with his ult. This is it. This is where it's over. Just hanging on with the glyph for DotaBoys, and they will just have to eventually relent. Whew. In a marathon, 8 to 60 at 18 minutes. Complexity win the game. Good luck in the major is absolutely
stop his push into the lane. There's not one to be there. And while the Lundgren might have a bear, the Juggernaut also has the Alpha Wolf, so obviously bear, Alpha Wolf, there's a little bit of tension there. Xeriscape not taking any damage right now, has those Syrian chains out. There's going to be the entangle on the Alpha Wolf, need to take that out. Glimpse goes out onto the Rubik and he's going to be in a lot of trouble right now, trying to stay alive, and Mr. is just going to be able to get off the Guardian Angel. Rene is still trying to do his thing. Saxorm on to 3. There's a couple of remnants scored by Sammy Boy. He's losing his mobility in this fight, but he's going to be able to blow up 2 with that remnant. Now has to be careful of this Sparta. Has the crush, is going to hit onto quite a few there. Now they're going to try to win this one out. Trey with the time lapse, keeping himself alive as Cribs. He cannot really stay alive through that. Glimpse pulls him back. It's not really needed at all now. Now they just need to try to chase down the Juggernaut, looking to finish all the full 5-man team up, and they are going to be able to do that. Infamous coming back into this one in a big way, and Trey even is going to cap it off by disconnecting like the bounce that he did. So cool guys don't stick around to see how their team did after the team fight. They just disconnect straight from the game because obviously that is where it ends. And I guess now would be a good time to look at the... Alright, don't look at that because it's kind of scary. It's a very sharp plummet to the side of Infamous. I don't know if I'm going to do SEA tomorrow morning. Especially since it starts a little bit earlier. Let me just focus on EU. In any case, they're going to be pushing towards the tier 2 tower. And they'll do quite a bit of damage to it with the bear. They don't really care about the bear taking the damage here. Footsie getting away with the ranged form, and he is not going to be slowed at all by the ignite. It's Infamous. Quickly back away. They do not want to get sandwiched in by those shrines, and that's really the main thing when you're backing away from a fight. Now when you say take a tower in the top lane or a tower in the bot lane, you could always get a wraparound. There's lots of different ways to be able to get the TPs to the shrine. Going like that, going like that. So you don't want to push too hard for a tier 2 tower anymore, since it's just so easy for the enemy team to find a good place to fight or a good base of operations. The tornado goes out. It's not going to be able to find Footsie for now, and he just kind of sits in the trees for a couple seconds. Sunstrike, alright. They use the Savage Roar to keep Footsie safe, and he's actually going to be getting the TP cancel. I believe that was by the cold snap. And look at the Sagstorm, pretty nicely positioned by G. It's just going to be a zoning Sagstorm though. Renee comes in with the Omni Slash, looking for Footsie, is going to be able to find him as Trey Bombs is going to be time-lapsing his way out of that one. He's in a bit of a no man's land right now with the Corrosive Haze on him. It's a lot of difficult time for him to try to survive here. There's Blink, the Crush, and Sunstrike, and the Weavers so easily killed off there. And they also in some trouble. Mr. tries his best to try to get away from here, uses the stick. He is here in support, and he's going to glimpse one back, but that is not going to be enough to help Mr., who will again take the fall in top lane. They're also looking for G. There is a blink available in 2 seconds for Cribs, but they're not going to need it at all. The Rubik just goes in and takes the kill, so it's going to be a 4 spot the other way for Scintillate, and they're showing that they don't really care if you just got a team wipe. We're going to come right back against you and take a really good one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Even if it's not a team wipe. So they managed to get down 4, looking for this tier 2 tower. Sammy Boy still has quite a ways to farm up for when he can be effective in Footsie. He's still not gotten his Maelstrom. Take down the tower. And Trey is still trying to farm up right now. He's actually nearly got an Aghanim Scepter, and we'll see if that makes any kind of difference for Infamous. I think that it should, especially with their type of lineup. Makes him very much tankier. Sammy Boy in the middle of the Sunstrike, so he's going to take quite a bit of damage from that one, and trying to fight up a little bit against Renee. And he's kind of putting himself in a bad position right now. He's going to run it right back in the middle of that Blade Fury. He's going to make the Flight of Fist occur, so he avoids a little bit of the damage, but it's just not really going to be enough there. A little bit too aggressive. Crush forward onto the Lone Druid. They would love to take him down. Sunstrike there as well. He's not going to fall just yet. Walk right out, and well, he's trying to fight right now against Xeriscape, who has the Shukuchi forward. There's going to be the glimpse, and Xeriscape comes in, gets the kill that he wanted there. It's going forward with the Shikuchi, and right now it's looking like Infamous NA, they are kind of at a loss for any kind of plan. They just keep getting squashed one by one, and Scintillate, you're taking advantage of every single thing they get here. That will be a push down the mid lane with the healing word and getting Scintillate back into fighting shape. Is going to be Sammy Boy getting the slight assist as soon as he gets into the lane, avoiding some of the initiation from Scintillate, and they're going to go forward looking for the Syrian Chains on the Ogre. He's going to take tower harass and a lot of damage from the purification, but healing word is going to make him feel mighty fine along with the natural regen that Ogre Magi has. He is at 78.2 right now. Very difficult to actually kill him. Healing word is just absolutely ridiculous sometimes. Here comes Sparta in from the backside. Oh my gosh, there's the Omni Slash dropped right on top of the Disruptor as well. Tornado and the definitely blast through. Mr. in a lot of trouble. He is burning out thanks to Meatball as well, and he is in a dire strait. Sammy Boy also about to be killed. Is being killed off on the high ground. He can't really take fights like that if he wants to continue his farm. He's currently up to the Valve Discord, and well, the Maelstrom is just a distant dream for him. Weaver will get stunned. Gets the time lapse out. Cribs be forced away by the Savage Roar, but it's kind of a waste. He was already on his way back anyway. It's like a piece of mail that says return to sender, except the address is to the sender. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just decide to send myself mail because I want to feel like people care about me. Just kidding, I'm not that. I'm not even gonna say that because there are people that do that, and I don't want to make them feel worse about themselves. It's kind of rude, so I won't say that. But I don't even know why we're talking about mail. It doesn't really have any kind of pertinence in the current game. But in any case, Scintillate, they have gotten quite a bit here, getting some wards out on the map with the deep smoke. Oh, gotta love that deep smoke. Sammy Boy, he is still working towards the Maelstrom. Can't really afford to take any more deaths, but he can very easily join the push at bottom whenever he wants with the Boots of Travel. Trying to make sure that the mid lane pushes out, maybe even finding a tier 1 tower there would be beneficial to him. But right now it's just all about setting the lane and getting back to where the push is going at bottom. So from the start to make their push on the bottom lane, they're gonna use the true form on Footsie and get in there for a little bit more damage on the bear. There's a nice crush onto 2 by Slardar, and G taken so low thanks to that Sunstrike. He still has the stack storm. Renee starts to put some damage out on the Sammy Boy, and Sammy Boy's going to chase him down, even though it takes out his flame shield. There's a nice stack storm onto a few. Careful Reddit through, and they are going to take down the Juggernaut in the middle of it all. Here comes the EMP, the Tornado, and the Meatball. The full combo coming out for the Juggernaut, or rather the Invoker. It would be awesome if Juggernaut could cast those spells as well. They're actually going to chase this down. Sammy Boy just trying to punish the enemy team. Slardar in the middle of the fight. That's not really where he wanted to be at all. Sammy Boy chasing them down relentlessly. Glimpse back onto the Rubik. Nobody's going to be able to escape here. There is no escape. There are no survivors. Double kill for Footsie. And this push can continue in. 3 buybacks available for Scintillate, but they might have just gone for the base. Sammy Boy waiting for the bear to get up there. I'm not really sure why he's the one tanking, but he's going to be able to take out that creep wave very quickly. Slardar back into the fight, has the Blink Crush available. He's going to go for the Blink, gets the Crush only onto a bear. That's not really the best thing that he wanted there, and it's going to allow Infamous to get out of that fight.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
So this game ends up being a little than we might have originally thought, with Scintillate having a pretty big advantage, and then just all out of nowhere, Infamous were able to get a couple of... I mean, obviously they still have a pretty big advantage right now, but they're allowing Infamous to get some items up. Maelstrom bought for Ember Spirit. Weaver, we've got Trey nearly at his Aghanim Scepter. He just needs a little bit more gold to finish that off to make these guys a little bit more tanky. But take a look at this. Already the Roshan attempt is going in from Scintillate. And they're going to take it down pretty quickly with the damage of the Juggernaut, as well as the Corrosive Haze, they'll use the Sunstrike just to make it go down a little bit faster.
There was a good reason.
And they are going to be able to get that. The Aegis goes on Renee, gives him that second life, and fuck. I swear if that's what's causing my resolution issues, I'm going to throw it against the wall.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
And meanwhile, Sammy Boy pushing out top. He is taking care of the creep wave, forcing the Slaughter to deal with a little bit more than he wants to here. He's going to pass that duty over to the Juggernaut. Very deep smoke again. Looks like another warding mission, and Radiant have some beautiful vision of the dire side right now. They have one ward there, one ward there, another ward there. They've done a really good job of knowing exactly where Infamous are this match. Trey moving along here. Definitely does not want to get initiated on. Here's that double force out there. They've got so much control for it. Zack Storm goes out, but there's not a whole lot of control off the back end of it. In the last match, Infamous, they were going for the combo where they would put down the Naga song, get a Stack Storm, and then have enough time to think about putting the Chaos Offering there as well. Oh, Sammy Boy with a nice dodge of the Tornado. Just like he's to get away from the Invoke. It's actually going to Remnant into the base and Remnant even further, breaking even more trees. Where is the stun? It's actually not going to be there at all for the Invoker. Did not have the spells that he needed to stop the Ember Spirit in his tracks, so he's going to get away scot-free, just pushing it into the base and not really getting punished too much for it at all. Woodsy now has his Mjolnir and is working towards an Eye of Scotty. I would imagine that this tier 1 tower should be pretty easy for him to take down, and in fact it's very low. He didn't really have a huge chance of staying at all. So in any case, they'll take the tier 1 tower. I've been casting for a while today, in case you didn't know. Possibly why I am a little bit tired and stuff. But we're gonna still continue through it. Got Infamous pushing in through the top lane, Scintillate through bottom.
Dire snow fortified.
Come on, keeping on here. Timmy Boy doing his thing. And they are going to be able to get the tier 2 tower down and already start that TP bottom where they want to try to defend. Sammy Boy all alone. He's going to get lifted up with the telekinesis. He doesn't have the flame shield. It's actually going to run right back down towards the bottom lane. So he forces out a little bit of time from Scintillate, and maybe that's enough for Infamous to break the base. Swardart is here, has the Blink Crush available. They're looking for tier 3 tower. Sammy Boy is going to find the Juggernaut. That's not really, or rather the Swardart, and wow, even with the Static Storm going down, they're going to lose Sammy Boy, and that is huge for them. No buyback available. Bear starts to go ham onto Renee, and you see Footsie really doing a lot of work here. Swardart to the back end. He's going to try to go right for G, and it's going to create a little bit of confusion in the ranks of Infamous. They're going to easily take care of the Omnight, and now they need a little bit more. See? This is the Savage Swords. The Crush is going to hit. Oh, first hit bash on the Footsie. Of course you could see that coming from a mile away, because that's just what happens when the enemy team is, well, when somebody's playing Swardart, they're going to get a first hit bash. That's just the way that it goes. Trey trying to get away, has the time left available. Is he going to? Nope, not at all. Crush in from Cribs, and he gets another one to his name. Meanwhile, inside, G about to fall. He's right next to the shrine, uses the Ghost Scepter. He will be able to stay alive, but they've lost one full set of racks after that push. Could be a little bit worse too, as Scintillate, they've got a pretty hard push going down the mid lane as well. So Infamous a little bit outmaneuvered there. Their respawn timers are coming up now. 20 seconds left on Trey and Lone Druid for now. They're going for a tier 3. Ember Spirit is going to have to do a lot to try to take this out. And while Sparta's right there, he's going to be able to blink away, but he can't blink away from the first phase. He's going to need attacks. He's not really going to be taken at all. Mister in some trouble. He's going to be chased away, and Renee just keeps on slicing that sword. You can't stop him at all, boys. He glimpses back, doesn't have the Blade Fury there, is going to get a man to, but not a man to dodge. Renee possibly in control, but they're going right for the Weaver. Weaver doesn't get the opportunity to time lapse. There it is. And alright, that's the Aegis down. Renee, Crib's about to be killed as well. Footsie with the double, looking for a little bit more. They've lost one full set of racks, make it two. And it's a lot that Infamous have had taken away from them. Meanwhile, G is going to get a nice purification, getting him alive. Whereas the Rubik wants just a little bit more on G. He's going to be able to Kikuchi over to the side here and keep himself alive for now. But look inside the base, they really can't ignore this because the buildings are just dying to creeps right now. It's do or die time for Infamous, and it's looking a lot like die right now. They're just letting these creeps have their way with the base, looking for the tier 4s right now, and those creeps won't stop arriving. Alright, the Ember Spirit has a boost of travel, so he is going to be able to remnant back whenever he wants, just after he clears those creeps out. But that is something that he's going to have to worry about and won't be present to help his team with the push. Meatball comes through, it's going to hit Mr. a little bit here. They're just waiting for another creep wave before they get some more pushing done on a tower. Sammy Boy at least has another creep wave here to help him out, but he does not really have enough pressure to be able to help his team get the tier 2 tower in mid, so they're going to let that stand a little bit longer. And Infamous are not really looking in a good way this match at all. They've lost 2 sets of racks to Scintillate, and this Slaughter is really putting in a lot of work alongside of the Invoker. It's just, I feel like the positioning from Infamous just is really suffering right now because they always seem to go into situations where they get hit by a couple stuns and then all of a sudden it's a 4v5 right off the bat. So, I mean, this is not really a great situation at all for Infamous. Again, I wouldn't count them out. Sammy Boy has done a couple wonders in the past, but it's a pretty big task even for him. So with that, we still got these guys moving around on the dire side of the map. Looks like they are ready to try to find some kind of pickoff. Invoker moving forward has a Blink Dagger available. His spell's invoked though. They're not really suggesting that he wants to go for the gang. Bear nearly dead at mid. Footsie really doesn't care about it. In fact, he's going to get a resummon off now. Taking a look at his items, he does have the Scotty available to him now. And the Ember Spirit is still pushing in the bottom lane. All by his lonesome. Almost as lonely as the Lonely Druid. And they're going to try to go for a wraparound in the mid lane. And this is without most of their damage. Sammy Boy still has to get back there, and he should be going for a TP right now. Long wraparound by Infamous. They're coming around the backside, and Scintillate, they should be pretty happy to just go right for the tower, but they gotta think that something is up. Here comes Sammy Boy on the back end, gonna be able to dodge the crush. He's gonna run it right back towards Rubik, who is useful for now. He needs to take care of the healing warp, but they're not gonna be able to. The Guardian Angel on the back end is going to keep these heroes alive for a little bit longer. Sunstrike kills off the Disruptor. He is out of this one now, and Meatball's flying down from the sky. Mr. dies with the Gem of Truth on him. Puts you in some trouble. He's going to try to transform to get out of it, but it's not going to make him tank enough to survive. Sammy Boy doing everything he can, but they've only killed the Rubik so far, and Cribs is going right for Sammy Boy. The damage from Azang Tick is a little bit high. Renee trying to get Tribongs, a little bit more damage for it, but they're just going to turn around and go right for the tier 3 tower. They really do not care about these dire heroes at all. They're going to bash him up, and that should be another kill. Oh, nice time lapse with the Aghanim Incendiary from Trey, keeping Sammy alive there, but again, it really doesn't matter. That's going to be Mega Creeps going for the side of Scintillate rather. Every time I see State, that's what I think. But Sammy Boy, he's just looking at these heroes saying, what exactly can I do here? Buyback by Azang Tick, right back into the fight. They're going to be able to finish off that full 5-man team up, and the buyback forced out by Sammy Boy. They will call it GG as Infamous NA. They basically win one match and maybe get a couple of wins along the way, and then it turns out that they're going to be knocked out in the round of 64, leaving Scintillate to face what I think should be coL Complexity in the next round for a spot in the day 2 of qualifiers. So again, always fun for me to cast my friends, but they never really make it into day number 2. They do a couple times, but they still have a lot of work to do. Be aggressive, and when they just want to calm the fuck down.